All right, we have Detective Shina on the case over here. What'd you just sniff out?
A replaced, reshelled DS. At first, I noticed how shiny it was.
Right, it looks like a...
It looks brand new.
ruby.
And like this is like really standing out. I said, oh, that's cute. Then I saw like the material, and look how big the holes are for the DS. I know like it's huge.
Yeah, that looks wonky.
And you could just see like the inner parts of like the bottom screen. So I was like, this is a reshell, and this is like, you could not have got a better one. And he put the screw in the wrong spot. As a repair person, that is just tragic. That's like our biggest pet peeve. If you do not put it in the right spot, that's supposed to be black and tiny. So I'm pissed.
Also, Shina swears that she can get through these entire shelves of collections today on her own. She's like, nobody help me.
Yeah, I'm staying here. I'm not moving. I'm just gonna stay right here. It's done.
I don't know about that. We'll see. Guys, what is this on the Team Cubby? Is this a burrito?
Yeah, it's called a paratha. For all my Middle Eastern people, they know.
wait, is this actually your lunch? Yeah. You know we have like a fridge, right?
I just put it right on.
Why is your lunch right next to everyone's stuff?
Oh, that.
Hey, it's my burrito. Leave it alone.
You got me excited. I thought it was some Chipotle.
No, I don't eat the Chipotle. Chipotle is not to my standards.
Chipotle, if you're watching, don't listen to her. I would still love to do business with you. I love you, and I will never stop loving you. Qdoba can go die. All right, so folks, as I'm totally not helping Shina out over here with one of the batches, I did have a couple important announcements for you, some dates for you for live in-person stuff. The first one is this weekend. What's this weekend, like the 26th or something? The 25th, 26th of April. I'll be in Athens, Georgia, for Game Central Station. It's going to be a super fun video game con. I've been going there since literally year one. So that's going to be a ton of fun. If you've got stuff to sell, pull up, because I will be buying very heavy.
Are you buying all collections at what %?
I'm buying all collections that don't look like this. If it's a bunch of NCAA and FIFA and 2K15, you can keep that collection to yourself. But everything else, yes, I will be buying, and the percent will be entirely dependent upon the quality. Next thing is May 10th, I will be at a video game store grand opening of Nerd Nation in Kansas. It's like kind of outside of St. Louis. I can't remember, Shawnee maybe? It's some small Kansas town that I'll be at. Grand opening, going to be an absolute blast. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. And again, we'll be buying heavy if you've got stuff that you are looking to sell. And then the last thing is, what is it? Oh yeah, I probably should mention the Rogue video game convention out in California, put on by a few miscreant brothers, including Riff, the editor of the main channel. What is that, June like 7th, 8th, and 9th or something like that? They're getting a little bit big for their britches and making it like a 3-day show this year. But I'll be there, and I'll even be buying in California because I already have one collection purchase lined up already, actually. I'm going to ship it all back to Lexington, Kentucky. But it should be a good time. So we'd love to connect with some of you guys at those places.
Isn't St. Louis in Missouri?
You about to get roasted again?
Wait, no, I think it's on a border, right?
I don't think it's on the Kansas side of the border.
It's got to be somewhere. St. Louis has got to be somewhere around Kansas. Why are you shaking your head?
I mean,
I don't think this is in Missouri.
Kansas City. That borders
They're like
on
right next to each other.
St. Louis is on the other side of the border from Kansas.
Wait, so you're telling me there's an entire state in between St. Louis and where I thought Kansas was?
Yeah, I think you just mixed up St. Louis and Kansas City, because Kansas City does border like Kansas and Missouri.
I feel like it's somewhere around St. Louis, dude. I'm gonna need to look at that again.
It's technically outside of St. Louis, so you're not wrong. It is.
Yeah, that's true.
Outside St. Louis.
Yeah, outside St. Louis, like, I don't know, in Kentucky or Alabama or Hawaii.
It's definitely not in St. Louis.
Oh, hold up, folks. Hold up. We have a TurboGrafx alert.
1989. We weren't even conceived. Like we were.
Do you celebrate your conception date instead of your birthday?
What? I don't. I've seen a TurboGrafx mini. I just don't understand how.
Fantasy Zone.
I don't understand.
What is this? Oh, geez, this thing came out. China Warrior.
Hey!
That's so close.
That's my uncle. It's my Uncle Bing.
That's crazy.
Keith Courage. I've never seen this game before. How much are these games going for?
I have no idea. I just opened it and saw it. I mean,
Isn't it on the invoice?
yeah. Let's see.
Whoa. That's insane.
So they're okay. They're
Ordine.
actually not crazy, but so Alien Crush is about 40.
How much does that one go for?
$56.
Dang, that's what we paid for it?
Yep, absolutely. So that means that's probably a really crazy game.
I would guess let's see, who sent this in?
It is Nicholas.
I would guess Nicholas probably sent all those this month because we're running a promo right now. Only till the end of the month, by the way, where we're paying 60% of market for anything over $40 in value. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what triggered this sale here. This is just, I don't even know where I would sell these because they definitely won't go on Amazon. I don't think they're likely to get a lot of traction on Encore. So, maybe we'll wholesale them and hopefully one of our buying partners there will be interested in them. Also, wanted to give you guys an update since we are currently in the thick of trying to optimize Encore and like only list the kinds of games that like sell really well on there and optimize our sales relative to like price charting value and what we could wholesale items for. So I want to start giving you guys little Encore updates because I think that'll be instructive for anybody who is starting to dive into a new sales platform. So here's the box of stuff that we currently have listed on Encore, and there are a few categories that I've found have done really well on there so far. This is a big thing that we have been tracking for every single item. I'm putting into a big spreadsheet not only my buy cost, my cost basis on every single item that we're selling, but also what the price charting value is. I'm figuring out what percentage of price charting value every item is selling for, and then how much above or below what we theoretically could get for that same item just wholesaling it, so I know, okay, what stuff sells better on Encore than it would sell if we just flipped it all in bulk for 50 or 60% of market value to like a game store owner or something like that. Some of the trends that we're seeing. You can see this week a ton of complete in box stuff, which by the way, if you're catching this video the day it goes out, this stuff is still live. I think all of these auctions end tonight. We've been doing usually like 4-ish day auctions. We'll list stuff on like Wednesday or Thursday of a given week and end it on Sunday night. But some of the trends are Nintendo stuff, unsurprisingly, does really well. It outperforms Xbox or PlayStation significantly. Another big trend, IPs, popular IPs. These are the same games that they'll do well and they'll sell fast on any platform, but especially in an auction setting, you'll get the largest percentage of market value, the more people who are viewing your item are likely to have an affinity for that specific franchise. So I would guess that when the auctions end tonight, something like Donkey Kong Country will do very well. Something like Pokemon Fire Red will do really well. This you might think is a reproduction copy. It actually weirdly is a reproduction sticker on an authentic copy. I'm guessing this probably lost its label somewhere along the way and somebody just stuck this thing on. But this is something that we would not want to sell on Amazon because there's a high return likelihood and you can't put in an Amazon description, you can't customize it at all. So I wouldn't be able to alert a potential buyer to this on Amazon. So we're throwing it on Encore because you can be really clear about all of the condition details. Another thing, we have found that cartridge stuff, retro stuff, does better than modern. So you can see in this box, it's literally all like boxed retro games, mostly from popular franchises, right? Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest is pretty big. One thing that I'm currently experimenting with is trying to list a bunch of like games at once, and then encouraging people in the auction listing, hey, check out our other listings because we've got a bunch of this stuff that's all ending around the same time. And that's in an effort to try to increase our average order size so that both we and the buyers can save some on shipping and also save time on shipping, increase the number of buyers that are interested in an average auction, etc. Another example, right, Castlevania. This also, the thing that all of these games have in common is they're games that I know either way we couldn't sell on Amazon, so they're fantastic candidates for running experiments over on Encore. So far, I think in total, we have averaged in the high 60s, or we might be at low 70s at this point, in terms of percentage of price charting value, and that's gradually climbing over time, both because we're getting more strategic about the kinds of games that we're listing. Oh, check these beauties out. These ones are ending tonight as well. I think last I checked, this was like just over 500 as the current winning bid. What was I just saying? Oh, that percentage is climbing over time, both as Encore is like growing in its user base. I think last month it grew like, I don't know, 30 or 40% or something crazy. And also I'm getting more and more strategic about the kinds of things that I list. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of like PS3 collector's editions. I'm not going to be doing a lot of like Switch games, especially obscure, like, you know, JRPG kind of stuff. That was a little bit of a brain dump, but as you can see, as we are getting into this new platform, I'm trying to be as strategic as possible and learn as much as possible early on so that for the duration of however long we end up listing consistently on Encore, we can have our listings perform at the highest level they possibly can. Holy cow, Shina is well on her way to totally getting all of these boxes knocked out in one day. But what are you finding here? This is something we don't encounter every day.
These are all, look at this Terminator. These are all complete in-box Game Boy games, and even one sealed one right here with the little tab.
Quicks with the hang tab, shoot, okay. Wait,
these.
two Quickses.
Two.
So they bought one to open and kept one sealed, it looks like?
Yeah, forever and
Whoa.
ever. Isn't that so cool? And I don't know, because if you open it, usually it's a cardboard box.
Uh-huh.
He replaced it with plastic.
And the condition on these things, well, actually, I kind of feel like
I think it's cleaner.
these things, on the original Game Boy, it came with plastic, I'm fairly sure.
Really?
We've gotten enough original Game Boy games in that have had those. I don't think that they're being replaced. I think they switched to cardboard. You guys can let me know if I'm wrong.
Whoa.
I want to say they switched to cardboard at Game Boy Color and stuck with it through Game Boy Advance. I'm pretty sure that's how they came.
Whoa, and they're super clean too. Like there's not a scratch on a lot of these.
Yeah, the condition is insane on those. Holy cow.
I mean, jeez, beautiful. We are paying him like a good amount of money too.
Yeah, $257 for that batch, and it's not like.
Plus this, he added this in here, which gives us another extra $38 on top of that.
Oh,
so pretty
okay.
Cool stuff.
So Bill's getting a little bit extra more than he anticipated. That's always nice.
Yeah.
All right, here's the midday update on Shina's mission for the day. Honestly, pretty impressive. Gotta say.
4 hours to go. I'm gonna knock these all out. I'm just drooling about this collection.
Okay, what are you looking at here?
All these cool games. Oh my god, guys. How much should I pay Caleb for this?
That's a gorgeous copy, too.
Oh, it is. Oh my god, we can still grade with water, right? Oh, this is so nice. That and all these cool Dreamcast games.
We were debating how to pronounce this game earlier.
Suikoden.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Suikoden. Suikoden. Isn't that right, Ryan?
Sure.
What you said that's how it was pronounced. Oh god, now I'm gonna get roasted. I'm not Japanese. Suikoden.
Oh, they said Suikoden. That's how I've always said it.
Suikoden.
But yeah, a bunch more GBA games. Guilty Gear X is a really cool one. And a bunch of Dreamcast stuff. This was all in the same batch. And I'm honestly, I don't know, I'm starting to believe. She said she's in her Naruto arc right now, trying to get all this stuff done.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be Hokage. I'm rewatching it. It's so good so far, and I cried every single time.
Folks, I said it couldn't be done. But this is the aftermath of China completely
that.
annihilating. Well, oh, and that. Completely annihilating the intake shelves. And
No.
guess what, folks? It's 2 o'clock.
Yep, I still have 2 hours.
She's like, what am I even going to do?
I'm gonna get people paid.
She's sick on top of that, too. Like, this is her flu game.
Yeah.
You're sick?
I am sick.
Can you stop breathing, please?
Yeah, sure. I'll just die now.
Also, we just started an Employee of the Month program, and guess who has won every single time? She's posing for a picture.